You better give the mayor a hand five, nigga. You and Trap Boy Freddy and y'all gang members better give the mayor. The only way you getting away because of the attorney general and the mayor, Dallas rappers in the community. I want everybody to see it because we on YouTube. And I want to show you something because we're going to educate people right fast. You go to the Texas music office, you get grant. That don't mean you work for them. When I called the lady and the lady talk about the building is separate from the court case in the Texas music office, I want Dallas to hear me because they don't want to listen. They playing dumb. But we're going to educate. We're going to educate people in this format, in this platform here. Because you go to the Texas music office and people want to use me and Yellow Breeze and the rappers want to lie. I told them I want everybody in that Galleria Mall. Everybody wanted to try to attack me and tell me that won't work. Every kid, the FBI got the video, every kid, every nigga that was in there, and these Dallas niggas continue to lie with these women. I want to tell y'all something. You go get grants. You put it into the music office. You got contract value, studio equipment that you get, equipment, all of the rest of these things that you can get, right? And all the rest of these things that you get. But look what the streets want. The streets want to manipulate you and want to do that. Then they want to sacrifice me because they community not knowledge. And these kids want to let, and God said, you don't have no problem with yourself because kids don't want to follow themselves. Teenagers that don't want to follow, they don't got nobody to blame for yourself. And I'm going to tell them, since they want to do, you're not going to make me work for something that I already have got in Yellow Breeze and them took in the community. No. The justice, I told the FBI, you're going to have every nigga that was in that mall that was talking shit and the good people that talked to me. Everybody that was at that hotel, everybody that was at that McDonald's, everybody that was at that Wendy's, everybody that's at that Starbucks, and those employees. You know, not take this because this is a racist thing. This is about control. And all these women coming to talk to me in Carrollton, Texas, but they don't want to interact with each other. No. And I told them, you gang members, you lying motherfuckers. Don't you, and I told the FBI, don't you terrorize a motherfucker and stop them from speaking up because you have hatred and lies and all the rest of those things and the rest of those things. Because you have hatred and lies. You and Yellow Breeze and them man. You know Yellow Breeze and manager said yesterday, who Obama? That means he taking Obama for a joke. And he taking the Justice Department and Trump and them and everybody, each senator from each state, a joke. And God said, I'm going to deal with you. That means you taking the senators them from each joke when they was watching me from each state. You taking every senator from New York, every senator from each state, you calling them a joke. It's not about what the streets think. It's about what they was thinking. And your opinion don't matter because when you lie to the streets and the senators and the state catch on to that, no. I'm telling Yellow Breeze, I want 30 million for damages. For communities believe in you. And you're going to pay me for what you have done.
Daddy, what are you?
And I filed a racial complaint because the black community calling me out of my name. And I did. And look, I'm right here. You got to stop screaming and I hear you. All right. I filed a racial complaint. You get $3,500 for each of your song. My seed was already planted. But now they try. West Khalifa told me on Trail, listen to the Trail. He didn't say my name. Don't accept nothing from these motherfuckers because, let me tell you, when the streets don't want to invest in me and God invests in me, it becomes a problem. Stop screaming. And I hear you, and you getting my attention. You getting my attention. Yes. And I got your attention. The streets wanna abuse me. You listen to those streets. But the streets don't want to invest in me. And you get mad because the God want to invest in me. That becomes a problem. This nigga with Big Pump gonna say, I'll be fucked up a handout. You niggas want to be racist. You black communities, you teaming up with different races. But if God want to invest in me, I'm a threat. I'm a problem. You're a fucking hypocrite, hip hop in Dallas. And the rest of y'all are hypocrites. God said I should get rid of all of y'all. Americans should get rid of all of y'all that go against me and what we stand for. God want to invest in me. You don't want to invest in me. You want to call me out of my name and do all of that bullshit, want to lie and take stuff. I ain't know no hating stuff. No, they've been watching for a long time. But the mayor's sitting up there lying. The only way the mayor's standing in this position because Governor Abbott not willing to do the right thing. Governor Abbott knows something, and he's not willing to do the right thing to step the mayor and city hall members them down. And the rest of them down.
Some music. Oh, I want to play some music.
There's too many black politics involved that voted for him when he said those racist things. Too many black voters that said racist things towards when he said, "Oh, you should I got an education," towards disability. And too many racist black politics is involved. And it's the truth. God is talking about the truth. You voted for him.
Daddy, this is impossible to watch.
But you don't hear the Joe Biden saying those things. That's the difference between Joe Biden and Michelle Obama. They're not saying those things, those racist comments. And I'm gonna tell the Justice Department, what makes the situation different, you don't hear those words, racist words coming out of Obama and them towards another black person and another person. You don't hear those things. And Michelle, that what makes Michelle Obama and them different because the mayor did not watch his words in that election. He did not watch his words. And you don't hear Michelle Obama and Obama saying those things. And y'all want to criticize because he's black and he allowed to get away from because he's black. No, but as a leadership, his words have repercussions. He defended every disability, every godchild when he decided to do that.
TV here. Daddy, I can't see the TV.
NBA boy wasn't talking about Bobby. NBA boy wasn't talking. How did you get my remote?
No.
NBA boy wasn't talking about Bobby Smurf. He said help him and I help him. He wasn't talking about Bobby Smurf. Bobby Smurf wanted to make it a topic of conversation. But shout out to NBA young boy. Much love to him, man. Much love to NBA young boy. Tell him thank you. He gonna know what I'm talking about. When you reach out to him, he gonna know what I'm talking about. I'm humble. We from the same state. We family, man. Remember that we family. Just because we are from different counties, we always family. You hear me? And Texas is my family too. And Kevion made me remember that the memories that we had. But niggas is not knowledge. Niggas are not like. Let me tell you, we was in the car with Kevion and a Mexican woman intimidating us. And Kevion looked back at this bitch, and we looked back at this bitch. We intimidated her back. You know, intimidation happened. Man, let me tell you something. I've always been a valuable player. I'm gonna let y'all know something. I always been a valuable player, but I have to keep moving when I'm the valuable player, and I have to keep moving when you're the valuable player. You have to keep moving when you're the valuable player. Remember that when you're the valuable player, you keep moving. And I realized that when I was a teenager, when I was around them, when you're the valuable player, you keep moving.
I know.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I worked at Walmart, when I worked at Walmart, we were talking about my when I worked at 299 1216, my relationship with people was the women I was bringing in. And some of my exes popping out, that's the type of women you date. And like we was having arguments about those things. And some of me and my black women was arguing at Walmart at night. We was arguing about those things. I said, you're not interested in me. And like you were about what I'm bringing in 1216. And that created a problem at Walmart. And Miss Deborah and them all the time about, oh, I didn't know you when they see me with a black woman. I didn't know you was like that. I'm like, come on, you're not interested. And it always be we. I'm gonna tell you something. When I worked at Walmart, and we talk about socializing, nobody talked to each other in the break room. At 2 yeah, turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna stop talking loud. Let's turn it down a little. All right, that's it. No, turn it back up. Turn it back up. Turn it back up. I didn't mean to turn it down like that. You want me to turn it up? Go, turn it a little bit more. Turn it a little bit more. There you go. All right. When they, let me tell you something. They got a karaoke machine, right? In 2996. Nobody wants to interact with that cooking. I'm like, I thought about getting in there. Nobody wants to interact. And you talk about interaction. I'm at 2996. Nobody wants to interact in the break room. When you're in that break room at Walmart, nobody's being active. And badly, they don't even got damn cable in damn Walmart. And how can we interact? And we from here, Greg used to fuck with the antenna. They don't even got cable. All night, me and Grizz messing with the antenna, and they got a damn TV in Walmart, but they don't got damn cable. They don't got no board games. Let me tell you, when I was in the automotive department, I find stuff to keep me busy. So I go run laps, I do jumping jacks. And they got this thing on March Lane where I sit in this little home thing and I put my jacket down and I sit where this thing and I watch. It got the service room and I stare at the sky and I just breathe in and breathe out. And when I come back to work, back to work in Walmart, I'm back energized. But that thing is loud. Oh, you didn't turn it on. I come back to work and I'm feeling good. I go back in the bed. I got more energy and everything because I sit out there in the back and I'm sitting out there in the back and I'm breathing out and I cross over this thing in the highway and they got a grass and I just sit there and think. I sit there and think and then I just breathe in and breathe out. So when I come back into work, after I put my jacket down and I sit in this grass out there and I go over this little thing, this little plate thing, and I got a little hump over there by 2996 Marsh Lane, over there in towards Carrollton, Texas, over there the store I used to work at. And I just sit up there and I breathe in and I breathe out. And I look at the clouds and I look at the sun. And I look at those things and I'm just, and I come back and I go back into the work and I'm back energizing because I'm breathing in and out. I'm closing my eyes and I'm coming back in 2996 and I'm energized. And I'm going to do suicides. I'm going to do all of this exercising while I'm in the back. And one of the automotive, my boy in the automotive department, he was what that is. He what that is. He wanted to race me, and I said, I'm not doing this. He went, I bet you I can reach you. I said, no, I'm just doing this to keep me going. Because when I come into work, before I come into work, I'm always running. I'm always running and exercising. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning in Carrollton, Texas. I'm always running and I'm always doing this. And I got to be ready for work at 1 or 2 o'clock. I got to go in. So I got to take a shower and I still got to go to work after I come back in at 10 and 11 o'clock. I'm getting up at 4, 5, or 6 o'clock. And I got to come back and I got to go into Walmart and I got to work with everybody. After I just ran, I gotta take a shower. After I'm running in Addison and Carrollton, Texas, and I'm exercising. No, right now I'm gonna lose weight. Right now I'm in a transition where I'm not doing as much as I want to, and people not interacting. When I got a lifetime membership and I'm in Carrollton, I'm gonna talk about when I was in lifetime membership and this lady that was at lifetime membership in Carrollton. We're gonna talk about that in Justice Department. And I'm sitting in there, and she said, "Damn, oh I oughta." When I had benefits for a free membership, how she reacted in the spirit behavior. This lady in Carrollton, Texas, reacted when I got benefits through my health care insurance, and how she reacted when I signed up for the situation, when I signed up. And we're going to talk about that interaction with each other at, at the lifetime membership in Carrollton. We're going to talk about that because my benefits I get and how she acted, how she acted when I started to fill up account, because through my Texas health benefits, you get a free membership with it, right? But at her, she acted some type of way with that situation. She was like, when she found out and she is how she behaved in the spirit. They got a racist problem, and I don't want to deal with those things. I can't find the other bag. So Governor Abbott is making this more worse. They making this more worse in this community. He making this worse, so he putting this on himself. The prosecutor and the DA putting this on himself because they're making me fight for something. I told Joe Biden, what other battery? How you doing the remote battery? How to top it off there? Find the battery. All right. No TV, no remote. Hold up. Hold up right fast, guys. Yeah, we're looking for the battery. So, you don't know where you put that battery at, dude? I can't. Oh, the phone. All right, here. Keep the battery. I know it's under that pillow. Daddy, I find it. It's under here. She was one of the person in the community that had a problem. So I'm gonna tell about my lifetime experience when I was at Lifetime and Fit, when I first introduced myself, and how when I signed up with her, how she was acting childish and she was like, "No, babe, you didn't want me to be involved. You got a problem as a white woman. You have a problem in the rest of your community." So when I filed my racial complaint against Lifetime, and other people was not like that, it was this one lady. That acted up in the kind of way when she saw me. Let's talk about, because we're going to talk about it, Governor Abbott. Me and my mama went in apartments, and this lady got mad in the apartment. And I don't remember, but this is your apartment. This is your city, right? Texas, Governor Abbott. Let's talk about how this lady talked about in city limits, talking about, hold up, everybody get along with everybody. And we do stuff different. And we move different from them. And she mad. Everybody, you mad because I move different. Your white ass mad because I move. Carrollton got a problem. Like when I'm in they got the thing in downtown Carrollton where it's a Mexican place when they do school supplies at. Let me tell you what this racist ass business did, right? They pulled me in the orientation, and they pulled me out and said, "We don't need you." I said, "Why is this? You being racist?" These people, they got a problem in the city, and they get mad because Governor Abbott, you want to help her for your business, and you want to help her for what you stand for. It's your problem, and you want to ask where your tax dollars at, but your business got a racist problem. Your business, I can sue every damn business in Texas. I saw the battery. If we want to play this damn game, yeah. The battery. So God tell me to tell you, since you want to be racist and discriminate, and y'all want to pull that stunt, And I understand we got a problem, right? I understand we got a problem, right? Governor Abbott, I understand we got a problem, right? That stunt that you pull in the mall. So let me tell you, since you want to be racist against God children, I'm going to sue every business in Texas since you want to play this game. Since your attorney general, they started this war because they act like they for God and they got business that is racist. You started this war. So let me tell you what I'm going to do, Governor Abbott. What we going to do? What we going to do here, Governor Abbott? I'm going to sue every damn business, the mall, and every last one of you. You hear me? I'm going to sue you. Since your attorney general, y'all played that in that mall, y'all played that situation in that mall, I'm going to sue you. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into civil rights, and every Texas business, I'm going to sue you, hear me? I'm going to sue on the grounds of what you stand for. You hear me? You hear me, Governor Abbott? That attorney general, y'all got a problem in this city. I'm like, Tia, I'm not going to let nobody stop my growth because you got a racist problem. And since y'all pulled that mall stunt and y'all don't want to confess, I'm going to, since you with your business, Governor Abbott, I'm going to sue every business in the state of Texas. You hear me? Do you hear me? You're taking this too far, Governor Abbott. Your action, you and your government actions. So look what we're going to do. God said, even though I didn't work, but Governor Abbott made this personal. The Texas Attorney General made this personal, but when he decided to go one against a guard children, and he know this world of discrimination. I'm sorry. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sue every Texas business, except for the hospital. Except for the hospital. I'm going to put hospital because my mama is very cool with those situations. And I've been loved by a hospital. My mama worked at every hospital in Carrollton. So we're going to leave the hospitals out. We're going to leave the hospitals out. Because my mama worked for hospital. And I work for children. I used to go to children, downtown Dallas and children's. And the doctor, she had me, and she worked in the army, and she had me and my brother picture, and we was her favorite thing when we used to go to children at downtown Dallas when we was a kid. And I remember her every time she kept me and Jonathan picture up there. And she was a black woman, she was in the army. And every time we go to Children's Hospital down in Dallas, she used to keep our hospital. So no hospital. No hospitals at all. No hospitals at all. So Governor Abbott, you made this personal when y'all decided to do what y'all did. You decided to do what y'all did. You made this personal when you decided to do what you did. You made this personal when you decided to do what you did. You hear me? You made this personal with God. You made this personal, your attorney general, your Texas legislature, when your call center taunted me and violated. You made this personal when you decided to go with these businesses and you decided to take these businesses aside. You made this decision. And I'm going to tell you something, Governor Abbott. When I message the Justice Department, I'm going to sue every business that's wicked. From Kroger that treated me bad when I went to orientation. I'm going to have to leave Amazon out. Hospital and Amazon. We're going to have to leave them out. Okay? We're going to have to leave Amazon out. Shout out to Amazon and Irving. We're going to have to leave them out. We're going to have to leave them out in the format. You put my life in danger over your stupid mayor and your attorney general behavior. And you know these black people got a problem. You know these people got a problem. So what we're going to do, we're going to sue every Texas business. I'm going to sue that mall for their stuff. So let me tell you something. I'm suing them for racism in the gallery, and they don't have to buy nothing. I don't have to buy nothing from them. I can go to other states. I can go to Paris and shop. You don't have to accept my products. You don't have to accept my money. But you starting a fight. You starting this fight, Governor Abbott. And that's what they want when God's children ain't getting accepted. When God's children, that's what the state want. They picking a fight. They are picking a fight. They are picking a fight when they asking about their tax dollars. They are picking a fight. Racism and I in that mall, they started this. That stunt they pulled. So you know what? I'm gonna sue that Galleria Mall for racism acts, action where they tax dollars at. And you go against a disability and go against God's choice. So the progress is already there. So it's not that hard for the Justice Department to give me my money against the Galleria Mall. It's not that hard for them to give me my damn money with that stunt they didn't pull. And the post office been acting up, and I've been filing a complaint on the post office, a civil rights complaint on the post office. So if y'all want to, the bigger problem when I go to the civil rights legal thing, and y'all want to make it a bigger problem with discrimination and all of that, I know my 14th Amendment. Let me tell you, I tried to get that courtroom many chances to listen to me. I tried to give my state attorney many chances, and now God said it's time for me to act. I tried to get judge, I tried to give the lawyer, and I tried to give Ms. Brooks many times to listen to me. God tried to give me many times to listen to me, and you didn't want to listen to God. You didn't want to listen. Have nobody in that courtroom wanted to listen. So since y'all want to ask where y'all tax dollars at, except for the hospitals and except for Amazon, I'm not sure. It's so delicious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They doing this when you want to go against God's children. They starting this. The mayor know what he's doing. Joe Biden, they know, because y'all know y'all got a racist problem against disability. They know what they doing. Why they keep pushing this on. They wanted me to get on here. They already know what Yellow Breeze and them did. They already know what you did, but you falling right into their trap. The black community falling right into their trap. The black and white community in Mexico, you falling right into their trap. They know already. Watch one of the news, the person from the White House said one person gonna be hanging off in his house and said, we should close off the government. Let's pay attention to the events that happened in 2019 and 18 in the election when Trump was getting elected and everybody was getting elected. Let's pay attention to the past events. When Capitol Hill said all that fake act. When the preacher talk about his child from again. Let's talk about it. As I see him and say, Don Linneman said, nobody cares, blah, 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 blah. Listen to Don Linneman on CNN. Pay attention to his action and who he was talking to. Pay attention. By y'all behavior, y'all black and Mexican community, y'all showing that y'all don't care about each other. And how y'all treat me. Go on CNN and listen to Don Linneman. Nobody cares. But he wasn't talking about that. Pay attention when the governor of New York told me before he stepped down, some leaders will be by themselves. Pay attention to when Raymond said, I heard we're going to talk about that. When Raymond said about the funeral, when I say put the body, but they had in nursing homes, what they were doing in New York, in nursing homes. Pay attention to all of those things, the ideas that I was coming at, but the community was calling me stupid and doing all of this. Pay attention to Raymond said something about a stupid idea about the nursing home. That was a stupid idea with the nursing home things. When the COVID was going on. I told the Walmart CEO, God said, you scared of change? You scared of these things? You scared to let me at the table? You scared of change? And I told the FBI to tell them, no, and that Joe Biden, you scared of change? So when I tell the Justice Department about my idea, everybody else, but they want to tell you playing both sides after y'all call somebody stupid. No, nigga ain't playing no both sides. Let's show you that we intelligent. We got a draft. It's gonna create a lot of kids. While kids, we gonna put. This is where police gonna be hired in most schools to keep the peace. But kids gonna. It's more ideas that's gonna create more things for everybody. Everybody say I'm starting shit with everybody, you know, because y'all want to listen to everybody. No, you know, we're going to tell Senator Ted. I told him to reach out to the prisons. Tell the President Joe Biden to reach out to this is about Social Security. This is about, and the gang members can't understand my fight. They don't deserve me. Bootsy trying to run me. You don't deserve me. And I'm going to tell through Senator Ted to tell if you don't understand my battle in God and understand my fight in God, you don't deserve me because all of y'all fighting for something with God. You know, a thing to say that's going to ruin you. All my fight in God. But you can't ruin me. This hardcore said it's going to ruin you. I don't know who they were talking about. But if you don't, if street niggas don't, and they only care about themselves, and gay members and women only care about themselves, and they don't care about my fight with the Carson and Atlanta treat me well, you don't deserve it. You know, I don't deserve to eat with you because you think about yourself and your cause in America. And Boosie think about himself. And if you can't understand what fight, this Social Security fight, man, God said it ain't meant for me to take a loss. I ain't scared. Yeah, but y'all betrayed me too many times. Y'all listen to Yellow Breeze and the rest of them. Y'all belief system ain't that. Stay away from me. Let me tell you, y'all care about yourself, gang niggas. When I talk about social issues, you care about yourself and only what you want to fight for. We can't come together and talk about my goal and talk about how the Tunton was involved and name calling was involved because y'all doing the same thing that the workers doing. You doing the same thing that the workers was doing. You're not trying to understand me. You ain't into trying to stand my fight. You ain't into trying to understand me. Y'all on in for the cause and the money. We can't care about each other like we like. I want to know if the Bloods and do we care about each other? Do you care about each other? Do you care about it? I'm not against you. God said I'm not against you. But understand what we are fighting for in our democracy. What we are fighting for in our democracy. I don't want no beef with you. I don't want no problems with you. I'm not trying to make it a problem. But the Social Security call center did me wrong. Atlanta. Atlanta is the worst Social Security ever. You know, I found out when I called the Atlanta Senate Assistant Office, I found that somebody, a caseworker, is working on my case. So I found out in other states I got a caseworker and it's going to come together. So I have to give them time to understand the damage that the workers have been done. So I had to give them time. Each state I got a caseworker in each state working on my case and working on the cost in the case in that situation. By me calling the Atlanta senator, by me calling the Atlanta, you know, one thing I was with Sabina's sister, no, Mirza's sister, and his mama get a disability, and she tell me how they used to just sit down and talk to me, and how they get Mirza's mom and Mirza's sister used to tell me how she got the same problem with the Social Security system. I'm not the only problem when I can sit with the people I did music with and have that same issue and understand where Mirza's sister was telling me, and she worked at a hotel. Mirza's sister does, and he got Mirza Ladam and Mirza got two sisters, and they every time they go up there with Sabina's Mirza's mom, they treating her wrong, and they're not trying to understand. But look here, one thing I meant what I told Miss Lee when they threatened to call me off. I'm not gonna let nobody stop me from growing. And they got mad and they just wanted to team up on me. No, I ain't no lazy person. And I was like, when I sat there, I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. I got mad at them. Like, no, you ain't trying to understand me. When they threatened to cut me off, I'm not gonna let nobody stop me from growing. And that's the thing. They want to control ego in a way, determination. You know, I respect Grizz. And I told Dick Miller why Grizz left. 12-16 done. Russell them done. Felicia them done. Why Grizz left? Grizz said that when I went to NASCAR with Grizz, him and his wife, Grizz showed me a text when they say, you and Hubert have a good time at NASCAR. Grizz took me to the corporate office in the business across the street. He showed me how to do stuff at 12-16. And I was able to go to that store and able to do the things that Grizz did. Grizz, without even, let me tell you something what Grizz did. Without even having my CBLs at 12-16, he was able to teach me. I said, fuck them. I respect Grizz, and I'm going to tell Doug Miller, without even having my CBLs, using those electric pallet jack, Grizz said he wasn't worried about them. Grizz said, I'm going to teach you. Grizz wasn't worried about them at all. And every time we did a claim truck, we used he helped me. He wasn't worried about it. He put that little fake badge on. Grizz put that little fake badge on. He said he would take this fake ass Walmart badge and let's do this electric pallet jack. And when I started working at the other store, other people, the claim truck in the milk department, started asking me about where your best friend Grizz at. And I lost Grizz's number. Grizz told me, Hubert, I got this ranch, him and his wife and his granddaughter, I got this ranch. And all the rest of this, you know. And when I left Walmart and I started working at DFW Airport and I left Walmart, Grizz said, I'm happy that you left. But my old friends, the people that deal with Geo and them in Carrollton, Texas, they saw me on a bus going to DFW, the train going to DFW, and they were talking to me. And Cassie and them started to see me at DFW Airport, and my ex started to see me at DFW Airport, and all the rest of these things. And me just having consistency, drive, and me having, I never gave up on life. I always been a business person since 14. And we're going to continue to handle the business and continue to do things. It was more about the growth and the business. And we have to understand that everybody's showing their diploma. This is not about having trust. This is not about having it. Y'all shaking your ass, y'all doing this and that, and y'all doing this and that. It's not about those things, it's about what you're doing. You know, one thing I didn't like about Marissa, that he's doing music with me, and the only way I still came around because of Sabina. We wanted to spend more time with each other. And the only way I started hanging around them because of Sabina. So, you know, we figured out that's how we're gonna spend more time. Patrick and them started snitching. Emily Cabin and them started snitching about the situation, about our relationship. And that what got more deep. If y'all want to know about stuff, and that what got the more. This is the proof. I'm ready to get this off. I'm done with this. You hear me? But I'm not ashamed of it. But let me tell you why I say I'm done. I can't let jealousy get in my way. Yeah, I love her. I always love her. But I can't let that jealousy get in my way from friends. In fact, I can't let those things happen. So I have to keep pushing. This is to save my life in a more of a format to keep going. She ashamed. Walmart employee, you want to go against me? No, Dick Miller. Talk about what was said up in that room, Dick Miller. When Felicia pulled me up in that room at 12:16, the racist words that were said. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it when I came back on the last day and you and your employees pulled me on there. Your 12:16. I want everything that belongs to me. I told Doug Miller, I told the Justice Department, you want to play it? I gave you a chance. I thought when I worked at this second Walmart, I thought things was gonna change. I really thought when everybody started to speak on my situation and they didn't know. Walmart Corporation didn't even want to hire me back. They didn't even want to hire me back. We're gonna get to the bottom of this right now. And whatever they found out they did, I got hired back. But Doug Miller pushed it too far. We already explained jealousy was going on from the employees. Look how they act in the spirit when I'm interacting with the customers. Jealousy in the Holy Spirit. How can I understand? God said, how can you blame me and I see your spirit behavior? Doug Miller, how can you blame me and I see your spirit behavior? I'm gonna tell Doug Miller, how can you and your CEOs blame me and I see your workers' spirit behavior? My faith in God is more stronger than yours. How can you blame me? Robert gonna talk about, it's not good. God said it's not a great fit for you. God said, yeah, I don't deserve it. God said, can you blame me? And God said, I'm testing the justice department. But the enemy will plot. And employees will get off their clock and plot as they go. They want to make a name out of themselves. And they don't care about their losing their job because Walmart not paying them. And this is just a job to them. They want to chase something else. They don't depend on Walmart. And they want to chase something else. So God said they willing to step over bound and cross that line and don't have a consequence for it, God said. They started this. They started this. They started this. They started this. You started this. And that was Governor Abbott laughing at them about. They laughing at you, dumbass. Look at Governor Abbott and them slaves and Joe Biden's face. They laughing at you, black motherfuckers. We can't come together, but we all go over personalities, and you want to judge over personality. They laughing at you. It's your fault. Don't attack me.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
So you wanted to do that thing in the mall, right? I'm suing the gallery that stunt them off for 20 billion. You want to be with them? No, y'all started this. But y'all want to, they want to talk about what they want to talk about. It's the debate. Let me tell you, the Attorney General should have thought before he leaked it. I know what I read in that pamphlet. I know what the friendship that you cost me. How long you continue to real in the lie to the attorney general get what's coming to him? What about the mayor? What about City Hall? What about City Hall members? What about they not God say what justice that? What justice that? What justice that? Everybody not getting in trouble. And the mayor trying to play innocent. You know what I call that the assistant office for? You know what? I'm not telling the FBI. You know what I called that for when I found out about the business. You know what I called for. You know what I called for when I found out about the music business. But I had to take progress. I gave them enough time. When I went to Judge Kennedy, I gave you enough time. I gave you enough time, Judge Kennedy, Dallas D, prosecutors, the state of Texas industry, everything. I gave you enough time, man. I sit up there and I waited and I played this game. Enough is enough. I played this game with you. Knowledge is power, but y'all trying to abuse y'all power. I don't work for them. I tell you, I work for DJ Khaled, Lil Baby, Drake, and all the rest of them. Bun B. I hope Paul Wall and them on my side. I hope all the rest of them. I hope when I decide to make that move. Look, and you know, I'm a big fan of Slim Thug. I hope they willing to understand me. I hope it's not confusion. I hope it's not confusion. Lil Wayne, I hope they willing to understand. Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Beyonce, I hope they not willing to start confusing. I hope people in Houston hear my ideas. I hope they hear my ideas, man. I really do. We buy property with nothing on it, and we're gonna put mansion. This is gonna be a music affair. Say Lil Wayne with the 500 degrees on there. Lil Wayne wanted to do the rebirth of the 500 degrees. And he want to do the rebirth of the 500 degrees. So if Lil Wayne want to do everybody's going to have a music mansion. We're going to live in a company stuff. We're going to buy property with nothing on it. And every artist is going to have their mansions on their property. We don't have to worry about people complaining. We don't have to, but I have to take care of the Social Security thing. This is a much issue that we need to talk about. And I don't expect other people to understand me. I don't expect Bloods and Crips to understand me. But the price was too severe. And I hope they understand this around the world. The price is too severe. The price is too severe on understanding the situation here. And I don't expect them to understand it. One said it will ruin you. It didn't ruin me because I know this world. I know this universe. God said you can never be running where people being racial profile because of personalities and mindset. Because we can, you know, this program. I'm gonna tell Doug Miller what this produce said at 2996 told me, and I look for it. You know, even though she said some smart words to me, she told me before she left 2996, we all learn different. She didn't judge me. We all learn different. And I'm a member with that. And I'm going to tell Doug Miller, we all learn different. When she left the produce at 2996, she saw me trying. And I'm going to tell her one thing. When y'all started to get rid of people, this guy in produce said, oh, they got to start getting rid of people. And I say, they ain't getting rid of me. How you do that? How you think that if I'm here every day, and they saw that as a threat? They saw that as a threat. This guy in Jessica, and let's talk about everything that was said. When I'm staying positive and I'm coming to work every day with a positive impact, and I'm coming to work in your job in positive, and my mindset positive. Let's talk about this. Since you didn't want to listen to me, Doug Miller, We're gonna talk through the Justice Department. Since y'all wanted to set me up and lie to me and lie on me, and you're robbing people, let's talk about that. Gilbert, we'll turn that TV up, right? Let's talk about those things. I ain't lying. Is your employees gonna tell the truth? God said. Is your employees gonna tell the truth? People mad because I'm standing up for myself, and they see that as a threat. When they want to be racist towards you in the community, and they mad because they stand up because you're so, because I know my God and I know what I need to stand up for. But God said when I was in Atlanta jail, I know the fight was going to be much more situation when I stood in Atlanta jail. You can't ruin me. You can't ruin me. God said you can't even ruin me if you can. Y'all have a problem in the United States businesses. And God said, you're trying to sacrifice me because other people are scared to stand up for themselves. It don't work like that, Joe Biden. It don't work like God said. It don't work like that. Have you learned anything from us? Have you learned anything from y'all mistakes in the past? Have you learned anything? And I'm going to tell Joe Biden and the senators, God said, have you learned anything from the past histories that I have given you? God said, have you ever learned anything? I don't care about them ruining me. God said, I know how you act. I know y'all judge personality. I know y'all don't want to understand us in a way that you understand us. I know these things.
One day later.
Are you ready?
But let me tell you, we know my God. Let me tell you, when I got sent to that hospital, that little girl saw me fighting for something. Let's talk about when I got sent to that hospital and that person at that thing said, fuck God, when I got sent to that hospital. And where that little girl wanted me to fight for something that's greater. Let's see that thing. Let's see when that security guard at that. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about what is in Addison, Governor Abbott, because you making me do this. Let's talk about that, what happened in that Addison and that management community and what that worker said, fuck God, from those mansions. Let's talk about what was said on those properties. Let's talk about what was said. Let Governor Abbott want to talk, the Justice Department want to talk about. Let's talk about when those police officers stopped me in Addison, Dallas, and that kid said, fuck God. That means he said, fuck America. Let's talk about what was said, Governor Abbott, Justice Department, when I went to that hospital, before I went to that hospital. Let's talk about what I want Governor Abbott to know everything that was said. God want to know everything what was said. So we're going to tell the Justice Department, when I was still going through the court situation, I got admitted to that hospital. Let's talk about what that worker said in those mansions apartments. Fuck God, right? Hey, let's talk about what was said, Governor Abbott, Senator Taylor, and they laughing because they know y'all have hatred. They know Governor Abbott laughing, he got a big smile on his face. He know y'all got hatred. He know y'all don't want to love each other and love each other. He know y'all believe anything, but you working for them people, they want control and domination. I know y'all was looking at me at that Carrollton Library. I know y'all was looking at me, passing y'all street niggas was passing me. Y'all was doing it in Garland. Let's talk about it. I started this, and we gonna finish it. When y'all go to Dallas and crap, one thing I talked to my friend's sister. She doing my best friend Billy sister Mark. He do music, and Billy I used to go to Newman Smith with. Me and him used to have class together, and she always used to draw. And I tell her, and she said she liked my talent. And she always used to draw, and she used to do those things. And me, her on the phone, we always conversation. And me and other people, we ain't connecting. But me and my friend, my old friend, we don't talk that as much. We don't talk that as much. I was telling her why she don't chase her dreams and go to art institution, go to Disney apps and start doing stuff for Marvel. Why you don't chase your dreams? You know how to draw. You good at what you do. Start doing the things that what you want to do. And I'm talking to Billy's sister because Lil Don did a song called with Mac 11, and I gave the song to the Texas Music Office, and he got a song with Mac 11 on there. And I go in there and I say I'm playing a song on there. Mark brother called Mac 11. Diamond used to do a song with called "Throw Your Money in the Air." Throw your money in the air. So when I get on here and play the songs, and I give the Texas Music Office this website, and I'm talking to Billy's sister, Billy baby mama, Mark's sister, Mac 11's sister, and say I'm playing the music, and we get great. I just talked to my cousin. I just told Kevion. I just told the people at Creekview that I watched over at my apartment, and they stayed in my house, and I didn't cross that line with them. They talk about their relationship with me, and to watch them grow up on Creekview, and them two used to take me in trucks, and he used to have a truck, and see them having a baby together. It amazes me. And I go on Facebook, and like I comment on it, and I'm like, I seen when y'all just sit on my balcony and sit on my porch when I had my apartment, and y'all Creekview kids used to come over there and just sit on my porch. Y'all used to come in my house and just sit on my porch. And y'all used to come over there, and she used to just tell me about how they used to go through stuff. And see them having a kid, I'm so proud of them, the way they stick things out. And the way they stick things out, to see them when I go there. And I told Kia I expected to Texas Music Office to interview me. I messaged my cousin from here. My cousin is in Dallas from New Orleans, and I told him, hold up, they will lie. And I'm gonna tell my cousin them they will lie. I know this business. The same time me and Marissa doing music, my cousin G and them was doing music. We was doing music. My cousin G was doing music in Plano. And I want my cousin dream that he got a daughter in them. And I saw him at the mall, my first cousin on my thing side, and on my dad and them side. And I just talked to my dad and told me about my sister, Auntie Monique. My Auntie Monique, that's kin to my cousin Man and Bobo and Amanda and the kids of my cousin G and my cousin Travis and everybody. Because I came with them out here from New Orleans. We went to middle school together, Plano Middle School. My cousin, that's one thing. We came to middle school together. So I graduated middle school. I had one more year left. They was already leaving. I left after them. Me and my cousin them stayed at a hotel in Plano. So they had one more thing left, my cousin them. And they got friends in Texas. They got friends in Texas. So when I message my cousin and I tell them to go to this website, you get grants, you get music contract. They always wanted to become a rapper. And I'm like, oh, wait, my cousin G and them and the rest of them, they're in New Orleans right now. And they wanted to become all of those things. So I told my cousin, I want them to come back out with their music. From my cousin, I met his daughter and them, and I remember him and his baby mama when they used to, the baby mama and them. We used to come by the house. I think we stayed in the thing, and all us used to sit by the park, and all us, man, and everybody. I used to sit by my auntie. They don't even remember me before they even, him and my cousin, baby mom, and everybody used to come, and we used to sit by the little park by my auntie Monique and everything over there. I think, and I forgot that where my auntie Monique stay at now. And my dad was like, "You talk to your auntie Monique and rest of them." And my grandma and them and rest of them, you talk to them and things. I just talked to my cousin man in jail. And I'm like, even though we had our differences, and all the rest of that. So I let my cousin them know, and I'm gonna text them on Facebook. Be prepared to come back out with y'all music. Be prepared. God said, be prepared to come back out with y'all music, but the enemy is gonna try to stop it. The enemy is going to try to stop it. The enemy is going to try to stop it because they don't want us knowledge. They don't want us knowledge, and they see that as a threat. They don't want us knowledge, and they see that as a threat. They see that as a threat. They don't want us knowledge. Now I remember my auntie Monique told me, Hubert, you start learning big. My cousin I remember saying, Hubert, you start learning big words now, and I'm like, my auntie, my dad's sister. My cousin is a convicted felon, and I want to be able to help him out and do all the things that he needs to do. He's in prison right now, in jail right now. And I want him to be able to do the things. I love my cousin, and that it doesn't matter how differences that we have. I don't want to worry about the difference that me and my family is family. You remember that. Family is family. And we got to find a better way to work out our differences. So I told everybody that went to Creekview, that I watched in my apartment, and they kept them out of trouble. And while I slept, they played games. And I told them, hold up, on Facebook, I told them, hold up. I'm going to tell the Texas Music, do this stuff right. They don't want us to do it right. They don't want us to do it. Tavani make beats right now. They don't want us to do it right. They don't want us to do it right. They don't want us to do it. It's manipulation and fighting and argument. But my seed have already been planted. But watch out for the street niggas that can't take it, that you knowledge. And they want to use a motherfucker. I'm telling you, I told the DA, look, I want everybody from the FBI, from that mall, everybody that I interacted with, I want them there. I want everybody from the business to be there at that courthouse. Let's get to the bottom of Yellow Breeze and them lying. Let's get to the bottom of everybody lying. I want everybody to come up. I'm not a bad person. I picked up a book. And not just having a book in Addison. No, before I got arrested, I had a book. I read many books. My friend Ricky told me the whole time, I know you never picked up a book. Rick, you're not in my classroom. When we went to Newman Smith together, you don't know what we doing behind doors. When that door closed, when that door closed at Newman Smith, let me tell you one thing, Miss Chastity at Newman Smith. Before we ventured out, we wasn't allowed to hang with nobody. Me, Doris, and Billy, we had to get to know each other first before I ventured and took other classes. We had to get to know each other first before anything. And then I started to take more regular classes at Newman Smith High School, and I started to involve myself on the football team the first year, and I started to involve myself in different areas. I had to get to know my class first. I wasn't allowed to sit at any table with anybody. I sat at the table at Newman Smith with a couple of people first, and my class first, and then my teacher allowed me to adventure out. She allowed me to really adventure out in those matters. But it was about us keeping that connection and us getting to know each other more. And I think and that's how we grow. But let me tell you what we did in the classroom. Our teachers let us order food. She get a menu and she go pick up food from Wendy. She go pick up food. Our mama, our family, y'all gotta start doing this, not just with disability, with kids in classes. Have the TV in there and have them in there. Everybody have a menu. You have a set of teachers going in there and going and get the food, and everybody watch a movie. And not just about being in the books all the times. We watched The Grease, Princess Diary, with your girl that played one of the actors that was in the White House. One of the actors that was in there. We watched all of those movies that we were just not always in the books. We went to jobs. I was at Mary Grimes. I was going to Brookhaven while I was in high school. And I remember Mirza said this to me. Mirza said this, I'm proud of you. I remember when I used to go to Brookhaven in the big beat class, I'm proud of you. And he was like, Hubert, I'm proud of you. When I used to go to B class and I'm going to Brookhaven and doing these things, I'm proud of you. And I remember having that from Mirza. And me just able to push myself more and more and more and more and more and able to get more. But that came with jealousy. And me trying to be loyal to one relationship, it came with everybody else trying to get involved in the manipulation, trying to come involved. And I don't like to deal with that, man. I need a woman that's spiritual side that's and those things. But when me and Mirza and Sabina mom had an argument, and everybody want to talk about that, our last argument was about it's not time yet. And I don't want to keep waiting for somebody. I sit there and I waited for a long time and I decided to cut Mirza off. When he said, come and hang a note, I waited too long. I'm not going to keep waiting for you. I remember sitting in the house and said, she feel uncomfortable. You making yourself feel uncomfortable. Because you ain't trying to observe. I'm going to tell you something. Demira's sister told me, you are not ready. Y'all not ready for me. And I think the world is not ready for me by y'all actions. And God said you are not ready for me. You're not ready for God. You're not ready for me yet. And that's what Demira's sister said. You're not ready for me yet. I remember my baby mama mine before we broke up, and she said something is special about you, Hubert, before she died and passed away. And something is special about you, Hubert. And I remember that she telling me that before she passed away. Even if they do something, I want to tell them something. It's gonna have other blood members and Crips and Bloods go to jail for life. They're gonna have them go to jail. So let me tell you something. Since the mayor want to cause more problems and want to cause more lies, they're gonna go to jail. Every punch that you do, everything that you do, the mayor and them gonna go to jail. I told my mama this. We gotta watch out for the DEA because they're gonna do something stupid. And the state of Texas is gonna. That's why I didn't want to take my kid with me. And I told her that. And I told my mama. That's why I didn't want to take it to my kid with me because I believe they're gonna arrest me and do something stupid. And they know Yellow Breeze in them lies, and they know they lie. They want to have power, and they want me to give them time because they know Yellow Breeze and the rest of them fucked up. Let's have everybody in that mall. Let's have everybody in that courtroom in that mall. Let's have everybody that I interacted with at that hotel in that mall. If you want to take it there with your racism and crimes and McDonald's, I sue McDonald's. You make it at all. But I told my baby mama, you need to focus on you. You're in a relationship. You need to focus on growth. Spending your time finding what's really what you can do. You want to be in a relationship and you need to focus on you. Focus on your time. A relationship will come when you focus on your growth and your time. But I was always able to focus on a relationship and growth. And that's why I can manage you. I always been, but other people can't manage your thinking jealousy always in the pool. So I asked for 30 million. The damages that you caused, and you know about it. Kevin Gates been knows about me. He been talking to me on Instagram. So he gonna act like, who are you? All right, Kevin Gates, he gonna play this game, and he gonna play the game. You know, you gonna pay me all of my money. And I want 30 million for the damages that you caused. Yellow Breezy want to get away with lies, and the people are believing them. It's gonna tell you threaten me. You threaten my life. Look at that video. All that shit gonna catch up with you. No, it's all right. Look at you. Yellow Breezy a dumb motherfucker. He know what he know me. No, you gonna pay me everything that I'm asking for. If not, I'm gonna file a racial complaint against the Justice Department for damages. But Boosie wanna keep. I feel George Wilson. He wanna come up, and why he George Wilson said the same thing. All right, go to the Texas Music Office portal to see if I'm lying to you about anything. To see that I'm lying to you about anything. It talks about royalty. I got a food stamp letter. It talks about royalties. When they tried to offer me a house and stuff for the car, and I seen the thing on there. I said, hold up. You know, because people don't want to lose power because they fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. And God said, give me all of me. Y'all want to be having control. No, one person, that is separate. The DA didn't ask me nothing. The prosecutor, one dude in Dallas County, the prosecution, they asked me, they had somebody from IPS work to do it. They didn't offer me nothing. I'm keeping it real with the prosecutors. I'm keeping it real with the niggas in the Dallas County. No, they had somebody from Judge Kennedy program try to deceive me. That nigga in Dallas trying to make me look like the bad guy. No, the DA didn't offer me nothing. They had somebody in Judge Kennedy program, and then they trying to lie. Keep it real with me. Because you don't want the lies to lose power. What third party in it? They watch me in this community. Y'all been watching me since Carrollton. When I tell the Carrollton police, I told them, when I saw that black person spear that black girl looking at me when I got handcuffed, they got the violence going to get worse towards us. But they're going to be put to death. You're not sitting in that jail street, nigga. Y'all want to do music or Yellow Breeze and OG Spoon them? Okay, come on. Come on, you're going to be put to death. You ain't going to sit in jail. Fuck your 14 Amendment. God said, fuck that 14 Amendment when it comes to my child life. Fuck that 14th Amendment. Gang members. Since Joe Biden know who you are and the senators know who you are, it won't be easy for, I don't care about your rights when it comes to American life.
Barbecue orange and purple stick. Enjoy yourself.
God said, hot racism willing and abuse their power. And this nigga from Big X Plug, I never met him before. But he's taking something that don't belong to him. Racism taking stuff. That we can't get along in this Texas. God said, I've been connecting. My connection go deeper, Boosie. I've been connecting with people from Live Me on Poker Chat. I met a friend that's in thing, and she wanted to move here, and she telling me what my goals is. And off of Poker Chat, and she on my Instagram, what my goal is. And me and her talk. Her English not that very good, and we talk about that. And I told her I want to own a grocery store one day. And I want to get married on the grocery store. I want to build as we go. And we talked to me. I'm having different connection. You know, when I came to Texas, when I got off that Greyhound bus, and they're gonna be able to see the industry gonna be able to see. I hope the Justice Department, it's taking them a while to go in my account. But God said the threat is severe. The threat is severe in Texas. The Dallas community, and God said we have to strike. People want to talk about it, they don't want something, and I acknowledge myself. I ain't the bad guy, they the bad guy. They the bad guy. I acknowledge them, they the bad guy. They the bad guy. They the one that's doing wrong. We the one that's acknowledging ourselves. They don't want us to pick up a book. Let me tell you, 0.5% of the Boosie that people that do music that go see Boosie concert, they doctors and lawyers, right? They doctors and lawyers, right? They don't know about the music industry. They doctors and lawyers, they work at Walmart, they work at this, and they in a different profession. The people at MetroCare, that lady that's talking now, she don't know about me. She just listening to what the streets say. She just listening to what everybody else say. You have a position as a nurse to do. You listening to Boosie, and you're not knowledge. They are not knowledge. If I can tell you how to be a Walmart CEO, I didn't just sign the contract. I went to other portals. I went to other things, but we ain't gonna tell you that secret. That's the thing, you will never figure it out. And right now, Dylan Miller trying to stay in his power. He trying to stay in his power. Please, it's very serious. Yeah, we understand. That contract said Walmart allowed to use my ideas. You know why I got incompetent? You know why I got incompetent? Because I didn't say I was a Walmart CEO. That's why I didn't see the reality of the situation, of the question they was asking me. That's why I got incompetent. That's why Jeff Kennedy and I try to tell Judge Kennedy that she didn't know the situation. So when I said no, even though I know, that's why I was incompetent. The second time I was incompetent. But I know not when I know in this music industry, I know if you want to attack the music and the business, you can do a studio at your house, great thing. You don't have to have everybody in their fucking mom around you to be in the studio. I watched Kevin Gates send music to people from the car. He talked to people, and I watch how he operates. So I see how Kevin Gates operate, and I see how DJ Khaled in Future, and I'm watching, you know, Mick Mills, he been popular in the streets. Young High, all the rest of them in the Philly. And we used to watch freestyles from Young High and Mick Mills on the block when they first, I'm not a rapper, I'm a trapper. And you got to know about Mick Mills' history. It goes deep. It goes deep. It goes deep into those things. And we have to understand those things. It goes deep. So you got to know about Mick Mills' history, not just with Maybach. If you know Mick Mills, it goes deeper than that. When he was on a block freestyling, when he was going to parties, throwing parties freestyling. It goes deeper than that. When he had braids, he cut his hair. Mick Mills have changed in many ways that evolve or progress in Mick Mills. He have come so way into elevate, and I decided to do. I don't want to be a goon, man. I don't want to be a goon. And I wanted to do that, and I put Dallas, Texas rapper, and I wanted to do that because I don't want to be a goon. I don't want to be a goon. Let me tell you, people at Walmart, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell Steve, I'm gonna tell Desmond Miller something. When I worked with Steve, and Steve saw me put something down, and he said, "Put a pallet down. I want you to do this." And he laughed, and then he put it the same way. That's racist. And he laughed at it. And let's talk about me interacting with Steve. And Steve that worked at 1216. And people been knowing my value, but racism. So we're gonna talk about my interaction with Steve, my interaction with 1216 Steve, and speak how I feel, right? And how Steve told me to take a pallet and stack this shelf and put it a certain way, and he laughed and took it down and put it the same way. That's racism. That's racism. Same thing with Yvonne. When Yvonne saw me zone, and I'm doing everything, Jessica doing the same thing, Jessica. Me observing the situation at 2996, Yvonne started laughing. You been know what I can do. Jessica didn't have to show me. I already know what to do. But these are the people that got a problem at 1216. When Jessica used to take pictures and do all of these things at 1216. But let's tell them what Yvonne did. Let's talk about business. If you want to make this a business thing, Douglas Miller, you decided to do this. You decide to put the public involved. You and your society, you and your thing to put the public involved. So let's talk about Yvonne seeing me zone and she started laughing. And Jessica seeing me the difference of zoning and putting it in the difference between your manager, between 12, 16, and the difference between those things. Yvonne know what I can do, and she laughed. Let's tell them how Jeff and the problems I have with you. You make it. We already talked about in the room of 12, 16 when Russell pulled me in the room and he said, and he allowed them to say racist things towards me and say, fuck me, right? Let's talk about what was said in that room between that tomboy girl that said, fuck New Orleans, right? And y'all was saying racist things towards me, Russell. Let's talk about these things, Russell, at 12, 16. You making it to a point, right? Where you said, fuck New Orleans. Russell, what that girl said in that thing? What that girl said in front of you, Russell? Let's talk about it. We talked about it. Let's talk about the events we were in there. Let's talk about how you want to play this game. When you give people a chance to just talk to them and you call and reach out to them and they take you for granted. God said, I want all of me, Doug Miller. I want all of me. I want all of me. And if the Justice Department don't understand that, don't understand those things, from 12, 16, I want all of me. God said, I want all of me. I tried to reason with him. I tried to talk to him. I tried to call. But you, God said, did like he told Moses and told his disciples, you couldn't be reasoning with. And now I know, Doug Miller, and your Walmart CEOs, you can't be reasoning with. You, God said me, you couldn't be reasoning with. When Moses' brother couldn't be reasoning with, you can't be reasoning with. But God said in desperate times, you don't know who on your side. And the prosecutors, God said the prosecutors are showing me they're not on my side. They showing me they're not on God's side. I ain't the bad guy. But y'all the bad guy believe in racism. They told me to let it go into my seed have already been planted.
It's so delicious.
My seed have already been planted. They say I'm too old, never too old. Just like that girl told on America Idol when they teased about her weight. On American Idol, then they teased about her weight. They say because of my weight. One of the guys said from American Idol that was on that, we don't care about that. And they made her dream come true. They didn't care how old she was. They made her dream. They made that woman dream come true. He said, we don't care about that. I'm watching American Idol. I'm watching Mariah Carey. I've been watching Nicki Minaj on there on the past. I've been watching P. Diddy. I've been watching all of these people on that, and I've been watching them. They didn't care about the weight. They didn't care about the things you do. Nick Cannon came here because I messaged him about an idea. He gonna do a show with the grown-ups, and he gonna do a show with the kids a while and out. So you're gonna actually do a while and out series with kids. You got grown-ups and you got kids. That means Nick Cannon sure is gonna run. He's gonna have DJs with kids, and they're gonna be able to throw comedy punches and all the rest of those things. So I messaged Nick Cannon about my idea, and that's the reason he came down here. So I messaged Nick Cannon about my idea and about starting the kids wilding out. You got a show, then you got another show, another broadcast, a after show that where the DJ is gonna actually participate in, and where the kids is gonna be able to participate and tell jokes and do all of these things. You think when NBA came down here, Shaq came down here, he did stuff? I messaged the NBA. I messaged the NFL. I had great ideas on Twitter in the NFL. Dallas caught behind. All right, everybody, every kid, every when you get drafted and you no longer on the team no more. After you get drafted and you have to do everything and you don't fit the team and you get exit out on the rest of those things, right? And you get an exit out, right? And you have to go to another team, right? These things, every valuable employee, this is where kids with jerseys is going to be coming, and the broadcaster is going to show them how to. We need to have kids as referee. Teenagers get on. Our referee got a job to do it too. The NFL referees, show these kids how to do a referee. Don't wait till they, this and that. Bring them and show them how they do refereeing. I went to an NFL thing. In the NFL thing, they show how they use the pass to look at the quarterback. And I studied Birdman. I see Birdman on a jet. I studied Birdman. I see Birdman on the jet, on his computer, on a jet, on his laptop, going on a jet. And I'm studying Birdman, and I'm studying him on his jet, on a computer, and I'm studying him. So me studying Birdman, and I've been studying, is about, I studied one a long time ago. He had a camouflage shirt on. When he talked about a broker, he have to find him an agent who get the court seats. And I'm watching all of those things with Lil Wayne talk about. Me studying Wayne and observing him and studying him. And I've been studying him and observing him. 1,000 balls went hard. You know, in New Orleans, when I grew up, my mom probably don't even know. I got a nanny that's in New Orleans, and she do music. And I remember one time she was in an apartment, she tried to handle the squad and them, their CD, but Lil Wayne was focusing on the squad up in that area. And I remember Gutter, Victor and Vincent, they got caught on Canal Street. I used to act like a wrestler. I used to act like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And everybody, and, I remember Darlene, one day I messaged her, she got a different baby, Nisha, and Darlene in New Orleans, she got a baby daddy in New Orleans. And I remember Darlene say, "Oh, The Rock looking ass," and she cracked jokes, and I still got them on Facebook, but I don't got them. I don't got no longer to that Facebook. The people I grew up with in New Orleans. So I used to go to New Orleans when I went to Read the Young one year, and I had to leave Read because I was not in the school I was supposed to be. And I used to watch the block burners in New Orleans and Read freestyle in the hallway for that 1 year. I went to back to the school right here, and I remember being on Birdman, and I remember stepping on every state. And I took my kid. It reminded me what I saw in Birdman Elementary School when I going on, I used to own Berman. It got the playground, it got the gym, and it got the big long grass and the school right across the street. And I remember I used to step on the stage. My nana stayed right on the side of the fence, and we stayed right on down the street on the west side. And I remember standing right, and I saw the 50 states on and back there. And what I saw in Dallas County, God said, "I've always been with you. I've always been with you." Remember in New Orleans, I have all, the police officers, you try to play them. They think I'm dumb. I never thought I was dumb. I thought I was always smart.
Seatbelt and jump leg. Enjoy yourself.
But let me tell you something. Your store manager supposed to believe in you. And I want to tell y'all something with the store manager. With the store manager, I'm dealing with Charles. 5 people on the left, 5 people on the right. And I'm on the other end of the table, and Charles looking at me with racism. We can stop talking about it, but if a man look at you with racism, that is a problem. When he's looking at you with racism, and I'm gonna talk about that when I message the Justice Department. That was racism from Charles. That was so much of it. And I'm gonna tell, I'm sitting on the left, and I don't think I told him, I'm sitting on the left side, 5 people on the left, 5 people on the right in orientation, and 1 person I'm on the end, and Charles in the end. He telling everybody what they're gonna do and behave, and tell them their position, how they're gonna be successful. But he looking at his eyes, and he looking at me with racism. He's looking at me with racism. And I filed a racial complaint against the Justice Department. God said, I want all of you. I want all of you. I don't want nobody. God said, we don't want nobody taking sides of what you're going to give me. You're going to give me all of me. We done with you. You made your decision. But I got to watch out for gold diggers, man. So I'm gonna tell him when I first interview my first encounter with Charles and at 12-16 and those things and the experience I had with this racist behavior at 12-16. I gave Doug Miller many chances. But he a racist manager, a racist CEO, and I'm gonna tell the Justice Department. I called when I was on the clock, and I told Jessica I was gonna call, and they keep treating me bad. I told them, I believed in y'all are giving me a second chance. I tried to just give y'all a benefit. God tried to give y'all a benefit. When I was so happy, I was just so happy when I like, come on. I'm like, we see this as another opportunity. And I'm like, and they started doing the same thing. Treating me bad, saying words at 2996 in those words. And I'm like, the same thing in that matter. Talking down on me, saying words at 2996 in orientation. So I'm thinking we're gonna start over. And I'm thinking, hold up. I'm already confident, but the way that Neo was acting, it put a nigga, because your leadership, and we go off on you, we lose our job. And we call you all, and I'm gonna tell you doing what you do to me, and your ego, and if I go off on you, I lose my job. If I tell you what you're saying to me, I lose my job. And the manager taking your side. So, and Jessica put me in the room, and I said, "You called me dumb, huh? Right? Y'all treated me bad, right?" And I wanted to show them what I can do, and I was like, "Hold up," and Jessica was like, "Oh, and they was like, let it go. All right, all right. Let's prove it." You damn right I called Neo out when we was in that room. And I'm gonna tell Doug Miller, you damn right. When I got out there, after I spent time and I let y'all see what I can do, and I called them out. You damn right. I called them out after he was talking bad about me in orientation. You damn skippy. I called them out. Let's talk about it, Doug Miller. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it at 2996. Let's talk about Neo talking bad about me in orientation. Let's talk about it. And I waited 3 years. I waited till I got some time, and Jessica pulled me in the room, and I called him out on it. After he see the things that I can do, and he told me to let it go. Let's talk about that, Neo. Let's talk about that, Doug Miller. When people uninvested, we're gonna talk about it, Neo. We're gonna talk about it, Doug Miller. When I filed that civil rights complaint, we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about when I was in orientation and I waited 2 years to tell them off for underestimating of my ability. For underestimating, you know what my brother told me? That Big Dominic, he's out there right now. He said, one day I was coming from Louisville. And he said, Hubert, they underestimate you. Every time they underestimate you, it's going to cost you. Y'all know how to rap. Let me tell you, one kid, they said, we're going to talk about what they said in Dallas County. You didn't write that. I go off the beat. I go off the rhythm. If I remember the beat that I had with my song, and I remember the beat in Dallas County courtroom, and I remember the beat, I'm going to rap it. He said, it didn't look like you rap. You rap to some Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. I'm not taking no disrespect of that. But I go off of my songs. I remember the beat. I remember the song. If you remember the beat, you will remember everything that you do. So I remember the beat. So when I was in Dallas County, let me put my remote here. I gotta watch this all day. So the remote, my ex, one of my exes that I don't talk to, and she lesbian, by the way. One of my exes that I don't talk to, I don't got no problem with her being lesbian. Her name Christina. She saw MO3. I got another friend that was in the mall with MO3 that killed Danny and them, and I was going around Carrollton, Texas, and I was telling everybody that know little Dominique, and I chill with at the apartment, Ladera apartment. Can y'all tell MO3 this for me? Can y'all tell MO3 this for me? He talked about me in inbox. Can you tell MO3 this for me? You know what I'm saying? Can you tell MO3 this for me? So I was at that McDonald's talking to everybody. And I was telling him, can you tell MO3 this for me? You know, can you tell MO3 this for me? You know, I was at that McDonald's telling everybody. I was telling the people that I chill with at the Ladera apartment, and they got my old address. Can you tell MO3 for me? We was at the 7-Eleven in Carrollton. Can you let MO3 know? All the teenagers that I talked to over there in that side of Carrollton, I was like, hold up. And they listened to me. And they got the word to MO3 for me. And they got the word for me. And go to inbox. And he talked about me imitating someone. MO3 don't have to say my name. He didn't have to say my name. Go to inbox by MO3. Go to listen to it. Me imitate my favorite rapper, The baby said something on the song. He said, you take my style and take my thing. I'm a, I'm a, sue you. Listen to the baby song. Listen to Cameron talk. Use I don't cry about being in jail. Listen to Dipset song. Listen to the porch lines. Go to song all day. Kanye West song called All Day. And the stuff that I was doing in Dallas and talking to people, go to the Kanye West song All Day. But nobody had me on call but me. I was doing this work myself when I was picking up books. You know, go to the song called All Day by Kanye West. Go to that song called All Day by Kanye West. And go see that thing and see those things. Go look at it. How niggas you going to the car? I'm going doing all of these things. And you know, I'm doing all of these things. And this was before anything else that, whatever that is, and we ain't gonna talk about anything. Whatever that is, you at job, we ain't gonna talk about anything else. But on usjob.com, this was before anything, but I don't want to know about it. But y'all don't want to invest in me. The streets don't want to invest in me, but they want to have hatred. Like when 50 Cent said the Goons got a problem with me. Because they're not trying to understand. And I feel like they're not trying to understand God. They're not trying to understand what we about, what God is about, what the American flag about. They're not trying to understand us. And I heard Kanye West talk about vice laws. And I heard when Rick Ross talk about something, one person had a symbol, only 2 people got these things. And then the vice laws. Only 2 people, and Rick Ross had to pay something. So God said we understand these matters, but I'm not involved. It's just my belief. I don't know what I'm in at this moment. You know, these things have not been shown to me yet in the unknown. And it haven't been shown to me in the unknown yet. Right now, everything is still a mystery. No, I'm asking for every business to be there, business person to be there, and the DA putting everybody's life in jeopardy. The FBI putting everybody in that Galleria Mall, life in jeopardy. Everybody at that hotel, life in jeopardy by not listening and pushing the situation forward. You don't think if they see them coming to that courthouse that they're gonna see that as a threat? You know, God said you don't see that. You don't see the enemy, the Bloods, and the other people in the clip. Tell that person when I was in South Dallas, not the people that was in that restaurant, that I was by that barbershop. They didn't do me nothing. But tell that guy in that car, I saw your spirit. I saw you was one of them that did me something, that lied. God said, don't you lie to me. And your spirit has been sought. If I was in an army, I wouldn't need a monopolist to see my enemy. I wouldn't need a satellite to see. I would feel my enemy by spirit. I was able to see. But I had to, when I was in church in the city, I had to move to the side because their spirit side was, it was getting, the spirit was getting, I ain't worried about the body, but the spirit. And I was like, man, look, I'm connected to see everybody else's spirit. But y'all I like, hold up. I'm getting too deep in the spirit right now. And I was like, hold up, church in the city. Hold up after that, church in the city. Your spirit is being too deep. Your spirit has been like, I had to tell two people like, hold up. Your spirit is pure and it's being too deep, and I see a lot going on there. God said, I sit 1,000 feet away from my gifts. Let me find out. So let me put my remote on. God said, I sit 1,000 feet away. I told my mama we always grew up on church. We always grew up on church, and we always been going to church since we was a kid. And and those things. And those things, God said, I sit 1,000 feet away from my gates. I got an angel on the left and an angel on the right. Even though Jesus is in the middle and God is on the left, and he's in that format, and he's in those things. And it's 20 of you humans standing by the gate while you're alive. And y'all standing behind each other. God said, I just don't see body, I see spirit. I see behind the body of what I see behind the body. God said, I see behind the body. I see the spirit side of you. I see your mindset. I see your spirit. I don't want to see the heart. I see your heart, but I see the spirit that's inside of you. The reason why you're not able to see the spirit because technology have not grown that fast because God don't want you to see those things. If we know where the spirit goes, that can be the most deadly thing because humans want to dominate Mars and Jupiter and planet. And I said this from a while back, and I said this. They hear you. They are listening to you. Just because the planet don't talk and you go in space, they hear everything you have to say. They know why you there, and the creator don't want you to see. You're not ready. Look how you treat you. They're not ready for you to see them. I don't care how far you. God said you want to find a piece of me, and I'm gonna give you the universe in the piece of me. The question is yes. People will try this. When I was in Dallas County, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. People tried to tell me about a spiritual realm, and that's not. God got our former body waiting on us. If we love, if our loved ones, if we in the heavens, and our loved ones, and we love our loved ones in the heavens, and we love ourselves, not just on earth, we loving ourselves in the heavens. That means God got our former body. We got five, six different bodies, probably 6 different evolved persons when we come on this earth as a baby. But in the heavens, we got evolved bodies. And God wanted something that He can touch and feel when we come to us in the heaven. He wanted something that He can touch and feel. And all of these things what we can do. So God got our body waiting on us. God said, you're gonna do this when you come to my heavens. You're gonna do this when you come to my heavens. And you're gonna be and this is how you're gonna be like, you're not gonna know. But as your spirit hits your body, your memory come in and it's gonna connect with your brain, and it's gonna connect with your heart. And you're gonna be with your loved ones, and you're gonna be with those things and those matters. It's gonna take time for your mind and your heart to connect the beat with the veins. God said, you're there with me. God said, let me tell you down here, God said, down here you got rules. The only rules I got, jealousy I cast out, lies I cast out. But love, I don't cast out. When we love each other, I don't cast out. One thing you will not stop in America, love. We hug each other, we show love to each other. Right now, you don't think people want to show love to me in my heaven, on my body, when I'm in my... God said, I tell your loved ones I'm sleeping. But they don't know my spirit have left my heaven, and I enter the heart that is pure. You know, God was angry. I don't think when God saw when he walked in the village and he saw his children starving, you don't think God was able to toss to the side? When I watch the chosen one, and they need to put more things. When I watch the chosen one on the app called Chosen One, when God told him it's not that time for me to do that yet, and his mama said, please, on the episode one, episode season two, on episode 2 or 3, I think, it's not that time. But God filled the temple on the chosen app. He filled the temple. He told him to fill the water up. I need you to do this. God didn't like him at first at that same time, but they needed to feed the people. They needed to feed the people in that situation. And me watching the chosen app and the chosen one, God told him, I want you to fill these 3 vases up. After he told his mom, it's not that time for me to do that yet. And his mama just didn't listen. But he understand that's his mama. He would do anything for his mama. That's his mom. So after he told the 2 guys on the chosen one, told the 2 guys on there, and he told them on the chosen one, he told them to fill it up. So God did this. And he filled the temple up, and he gave the people more wine. He gave the people more of these things on the chosen one app. And me, shout out to them in there. You know, one of the things for me, I just didn't want to fall and get in trouble and argue with people because they want us to use violence. And one thing, they was even arguing over women. I had to go through that with the mayor, who was friends with who, and I didn't want to do that, man. It's not about competition. It's not about those things. Me, I always been myself, and that way I was able to get those relationships. Yeah, we had problems in those relationships. Like I told a Walmart, I don't even want to talk to her now. Like she a 12, 16 Walmart employee. I used to work with her. And she turned me down. You know what I told her? You know, if she ever come back to me, I'm gonna tell her no. And I'm gonna tell her no. You know why? Because you're not made for me. You're not made for me in that format. You're not made for me in that format. So I want you to stay where you at. And God told me to keep you where you at because he got better devotion, something powerful for me. And understand those things, something powerful for me in that format. You know, better devotion, better love. You know, I read maybe Taylor Swift or some of them. No, I don't want a girl that don't got no sense that listening to everybody. And I just don't want a woman that I just focus on the streets. And I think Taylor Swift is just not focusing and on the music entertainment. She's so focused on other things, and other things are no matter. And you know, and Rain was talking about you ain't part of no thing. And I try to tell him in the thing that Taylor Swift made a song. We already done this before. And I am in the hotel talking shit in the movies, and I tell her, you're gonna be held accountable for your Walmart. In the middle, you're gonna be held accountable for your Walmart employees' actions. Or what he said to me sitting in that movie and on that phone. You're gonna be held accountable for his words. And I didn't. One thing I didn't try to start a fight. And he's sitting close to me, saying words, and like I'm throwing words, telling me this and that. And he not saying my name, but he throwing words at me. He throwing words at me. Raymond did. He not saying my name, but he throwing words at me. And I'm like, hold up. We're not gonna play this game. And he gonna realize something when I'm not answering his phone. He tried to call me and I blocked him. He gonna realize something when I'm not answering my phone number. Your employer or he employed no room. Let's talk about those words that was being said. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about anyway. But at the same time, you saying this to the movie and you throwing words at me. Why at sitting on the side of the movie theater and you throwing words at me? You're responsible for your employees' words. So you're responsible for you want to be racist towards me, and that's it. You are responsible for your employees' words. Either off the clock, I'm still going into Walmart talking to him, right? And you are responsible for his words, dude, remember? Your CEO, you are responsible for his words. So, remember, he's gonna realize when I don't call him anymore. Thank you. He gonna realize when I'm not answering, I'm chilling, I'm enjoying myself, I'm having a good time, and I'm just not, I'm meeting new people. I cut him off and I'm meeting new people. Shout out to like your broadcast. Boosie talking about something, and Yellow Breezy don't know who I am. But I want to tell you, I've been on Live Me, I've been on Buzzcast, I've been on Likely, I've been on all other broadcasts. When I came to Texas, nobody wasn't on nothing. Y'all was on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Y'all wasn't on the app that I was at. But I started communicating with the community and I started interacting with people more with those things. Even I started talking to people in Atlanta. And this girl, I show you how to network. And that caused problem with my baby mama's sister. My baby mama, baby daddy, because she wanted to do me something bad while I was helping out by Cops Records. And she bent over in front of me and wanted to do me something bad. And and that caused problems. And why we took so long, and I'm glad I'm single right now because I don't want to deal with that type of behavior. Because if people are gonna go against the point of views, and that's what women gonna do. They're gonna go against you want me to understand your point of views. And that's the main thing about relationships, where we in understanding these point of views and understanding those things. And we in understanding the spiritual side of those things. And I can't have a woman that's gonna go against me. And they're gonna go against everything that I stand for. I want to understand your point of views. And I try to understand your point of views. But if we gonna keep clashing heads in a relationship, it's not gonna work. Because you got other people in your ears about beliefs, it's about different things, it's about all of these things. It's about all of these things in that format. My seed has already been planted. I told my mom, hold up, you get a contract from the Texas Music Office. I said, I'm keeping it real with my mom. What else? I showed you the Texas Music. It talks, so you go in there, got US, it talks about your royalties, the US royalties. It talks about all of these things in that format. It talks about $3,500 for each of your songs that you promote. No, I should not be the bad guy. People calling me evil and bad. And they want me that you betray me too many times. So you betray me too many times, community. And everybody on the train talking about, oh, win with that. Do you and I do me. God said you betrayed me too many times by listening to Trap Boy Freddy and Yellow Breezy. But tell these gang members they're gonna die in jail and they're gonna be executed. And soon as they get convicted, they're getting a death penalty. You can't have no messing kids. I don't want to hear you crying to your mom after you do something. and you calling off to your family, and you doing these things. I don't want to hear those things. You making your decision. God said you willing to get crucified. God said you're not gonna have no rights. I know who you are. I know who you're listening to. I know who you believe. I know who you are. God said you have no 14 minute right when you're listening to people. You have no 14 minute right when you take somebody else's life away. I give you no right. And I'm asking Joe Biden them to do what needs to be done. God said, I'm sending warnings. God said I want them to build. When I was out there in that Dallas County and I sat out there in that window, I was thinking about and I seen that bridge. That's creative building. Our enemy want to fight and kill each other and not just argue with each other and just they want to fight and kill each other, not just make it a little fun competition and talk shit and just everybody be on their way. Create a building right down that side, take over that property and create a building and put electrocute shells right across the street from each other. And God said, I want them to watch. Don't you worry about what they do. I want you, when they come to me, they're going to answer to what God said. We're going to decide. I can't judge them. You can't judge them, but I need you to do what needs to be done. God said, y'all listening, y'all communicating with people, and y'all listening to people, and you don't give a fuck. They know of you. God said, how can you be ruined? Kevin Gates said, you ruin yourself. Kevin Gates told me, how can I ruin myself and I believe in God? And God said, you're going to become more powerful. You're going to become more famous and more rich. How can you understand that you're not ruining yourself? You're becoming more things. We're going to talk about that with the Justice Department. Kevin Gates said that I'm ruining myself, that you're ruining yourself. God said, I cannot ruin myself. Kevin Gates, when you believe in me and you becoming more, my brother said he's Muslim, right? He believe in the same God, but he eat different. And I said, okay, that's one thing we got. We see how other people do it. But one thing I didn't like about Judge Kennedy program, I understand people nobody wanted to hear my story up in Dallas County. And it was like Yellow Breeze and this and that. You hating on Yellow Breeze. Listen to me. Listen to the situation first before we start doing those things. And you started saying, I can't even get a word out. And they on Yellow Breeze, I said, hold up. And I said, hold up, this not gonna work. Let me just keep to myself because this ain't gonna work. Talking to this person, his mind is already made up. Y'all don't know nothing of what's going on here. You know nothing of what's going on here. Yellow Breeze is lying about I called about the blueprint. And I hung up in DJ Envy face quick. Obama and them was watching me every time. And I'm watching Obama. But the DJ Envy manager, y'all watch me, he said, who's Obama? That means he taking the Justice Department and them for a joke. He taking all of them for a joke. Yellow Breeze and them and the rest of them taking, and they're going to try to team them up. God said, eat down here and that. You're going to get dealt with. And you're not going to see your family, Yellow Breeze. I meant what they said. You're going to be put to death. I don't go ahead with all that. No, I'm telling you what I'm telling you. You want to play with my life and give a nigga? God said, I know everybody that you dealing with. I also asked if everybody that was in that Galleria Mall, analyze that Galleria Mall, and I want them to be there. Let's talk about what went on in this community. Let's talk about what went on. You know, when I worked in Walmart, people was calling me out of my name in the deli. And I got so mad at Sean. And I was like, she said, he would come over to this department. And I remember I got mad at her. She said, you don't want to listen to me? Because I wanted to stand my ground. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stand my ground. And I wanted to learn. I'm here to grow. I'm here to do things. And and I was like, come on, man, I can't even work in this environment where I wanted to stand my ground in. And I wanted to work, I wanted to learn, you know what I'm saying? I remember Jessica, we in the bakery, and she told me to say something, and she started laughing because I was saying something funny. She started smiling.